and be clear about was we actually need spiritual connection. You actually have to be connected, because then you get beyond this us and them. Yeah? That you realize that the them is just misguided or misinterpreted visions of us. They're just ourselves confused about who we really are. The Rastas call it I and I. That there is just one. And so we think that that's hugely important in terms of even how we do policy. That we have to take care of everybody because we have to understand that it's all interconnected and all interrelated. And if we don't, we end up quick back to this, well, you know, they kids can go to prison, but my kid, right? So then, secondly, this idea of shared prosperity. And this is why this is so important. There are more black millionaires in this country than ever before. We just watched a whole bunch of them, at least I did on Sunday. You know what I mean? Just watch them just, you know, run up and down the field and do a lot of incredible things. So there's some black millionaires. And then some of us listened to them this morning as we drove to work or took the bus to work or walked here with our iPhone or iPod or whatever. Listen to black millionaires. Or we watched them on television last night. Or we watched them on television this evening. But yet and still, I shared with you earlier that black people are 3 times more likely to live in poverty than white people. So somehow, the fact that like the head of Coca-Cola is a black man hasn't translated into that our standard of living as black people has risen. So for us, as we looked at that, we said, well, we have to figure out this question of shared prosperity, which really is this question of wealth. So let me ask a question. Can anybody tell me the difference between rich and wealthy? Anybody? This isn't a trick question. I'm trying to tease it out. Yes, sis.
Rich is when you have a lot of money to spend, and wealth is when you have it for centuries and years to come.
Yeah. Yes. Anybody else want to add? I saw a hand back here. Okay. Rich is having money. You have money to spend. You may have a lot of money to spend. Wealth is ownership. You own something. Right? My favorite rapper talks about not a player, he owns a team. That's the difference in the game, right? And when you have communal wealth, when you look at a community and says, wow, this community has wealth. It's an intangible, but there's benefits to it. There's health benefits, longevity benefits. A child born in East Oakland and a child born in Montclair are expected in the city of Oakland to have a 15-year different life expectancy. That's the same city. In the same city, a child born in East Oakland and a child born in Montclair are expected to have, the child born in Montclair is expected to live 15 years longer than the child born in East Oakland. So that's about communal wealth. And so for us, one of the things we wanted to figure out was this idea of shared prosperity. Well, how do you get to worker-owned co-ops where all the money isn't sucked out to a few, but is shared among the many? How many banks are there in East Oakland when you pass High Street? How many banks?
Still one at Eastmont?
There's one at Eastmont. Yes.
Used to be Washington Mutual on 73rd and
Used to be.
Mac.
Used to be.
Oh, then you got Wells Fargo, Hagenberg.
Oh, Hagenberg.
Hagenberg.
Well, Stanley Andrew is a Hagenberg. Okay. Most people in Oakland live in East Oakland. There's 3. We just counted 4 banks. 2 of them are on their way to the airport. That ain't really for you. I said pass High Street. When you pass High Street, banks just drop off. Now, people out there got money.
A lot of check cashes.
Ooh, a lot of check cashes.
Even in the stores, too.
I know. Them check cashes get you, don't they?
Every time.
Every time.
$15.
Okay, but check this out. So before I came to Ella Baker Center, I worked for a city councilwoman who was who's a city councilwoman in West Oakland and downtown in the lake. And so I went to the banks. And I said, there's no bank in West Oakland. Y'all killing me here. Can we get a bank? And they said, no. And I said, why not? And they said, look, there is not adequate return on investment. And I said, you know, look, I got a high school education from the city of Oakland. You're going to have to explain this to me a little bit better. And they said, so look, if I put a bank on Piedmont Ave, for every dollar I put in, I make 70 cents. I put a bank over on 7th Street. For every dollar I put in, I make 20 cents. That's not adequate return on investment. And I said, hold on. Are you telling me that you make money? And they said, yeah, we make money. We just don't make enough money. But, so that means people got to, like, go to check cash them? Yeah, that's what's up. People got to pay more because I don't make enough money out of here. So, and then we said, okay, well, let's get a grocery store in West Oakland, because grocery stores in West Oakland, man, that's a premium. Let's get a grocery store. Yeah, got a halfway grocery store in East Oakland. And what's that one at the town center? Zali's something? I don't know about that. Look, I've been in there one time. People told me it was okay. I don't know. So, I said, okay, same thing though. The grocery store, they said, look, well, you got to subsidize us to come because we don't get adequate return on investment. So you got to give us tax breaks. Well, the tax breaks we give them, those tax breaks don't go back into the infrastructure in the city of Oakland then. So there are streets in the city of Oakland that ain't been paved in 100 years because we gave them a tax break to make money. So that money go in their pocket and it's supposed to in your pocket, right? And then when the tax breaks ran out, is there a grocery store in West Oakland? No, because they went on a worker-owned co-op. That way people could have fruits and vegetables, people could walk to work, and not really going to get a better return on their investment. That's not going to be their bottom line, right? And what did City Council say? No, we can go with somebody who knows what they're doing. Because, you know, these people, you could get them together and maybe they could do a co-op for a little bit, but then it won't really last. And we know if we go with these people, they're going to be there because they know how to do this. That's what they do. They do grocery stores, man. Back up. So is there a grocery store in West Oakland? No, because they do this, man. They come and they get this money. They hype this. Who remembers when they put that Kmart over there? When they opened up that Kmart? Same deal. Kmart said, we'll build a Kmart. Y'all will get jobs. We're going to bump up the tax base. You're going to get all these taxes off this Kmart. And then Kmart came and they was there. Well, how long? A hot minute. It was like they opened up and then, you know what I mean? Just like, you know, what's that old DMX song? Stop, drop, shut, open up, shut them down, open up shop. You know, they was just like, gone. They was just like, boom, boom, get his money, get on out of here, man. I ain't got time for this. We got our paper and we in the win, you know? So I'm not trying to take over your block. We're going to borrow it, shut it down, and you can have it back. Right? And then we had this big old warehouse just sitting there for years and years and years till Home Depot and the gym came. Right? So we paid for it twice. Because we paid for it first to build it up there and then to give Kmart money to come. Then we paid for it again to get a Home Depot and 24-hour fitness to come. Now, if they gave that money to local, community-owned, family-owned businesses, we ain't going nowhere. I mean, you know, maybe after a couple years, maybe a couple generations, you'll pull a George and Wheezy, and you'll move on up or something. But you're going to keep it in the family. So that's part of what we're trying to figure out how to do, is really develop community-owned, family-owned, worker-owned businesses and get the government, our government, with our tax dollars to bolster, support, and invest in that. Because then that builds community collateral, community wealth. So right now in West Oakland there is Mandela Grocery. It's a small grocery store right there next to the 99-cent store. Worker-owned store. Everybody, you go in there and you see them, they're not only a worker, they're an owner.